All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to All Things Mets Talk. This is an impromptu podcast we have to bring to you.
Welcome. It's Brenda.
Woohoo! Here. You guys ready for the final countdown? This is not the real version, so I'm going to...
All right, we're live now.
Paper down.
Okay. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I know a lot of people couldn't make it because it's, last minute. It's Friday, but they said they'd watch it later, which is great. We had Mark on earlier, and he has band practice, so he couldn't make it. I know a couple of people were going out tonight.
Hi, Emily. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, thanks, Emily. I'm just glad, if you're watching it, the recording, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you subscribe and share and like. And here we go. So I think I've lost so much sleep this week because I'm just thinking about how exciting it is to have this moment this weekend actually happening where they could make the playoffs after having, such a poor start, and watching this team come together and click and, perform brilliantly at times, sometimes disappointingly, but most of the time they've been doing great. So I'm excited. Oh, welcome, Yutong.
Hi, Ron.
So what do you think, Andreina?
Well, if I tell you what I think is every scenario, everything is there's so many things that can happen. There's so many things up in the air that I don't think my brain can process all of that. So all I'm focusing in and or on right now is just win, 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 win. That's how I just cannot even comprehend if they win, if they lose, if this team lose. I just don't even want to. There's just so much, and I wanted to show you guys a graphic I did before Brenda shows the real one. This is what I did. This is what my brain is right now. How many games, the wildcards, the teams, everything. Just a big spaghetti graphic of what the forecasters do for hurricanes. Speaking of hurricanes. So I'm just focused on winning, and I just want to win. What we have to do is win.
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, let's just back up a bit. We're in this situation. Thank you, MLB, for not reacting right away when, we on Monday night were talking about the hurricane, knowing it was going to happen, and they didn't plan ahead of time. I know there were all sorts of, factors. Of course, the Braves agreeing to, having games in certain days or times, but it's just unacceptable the way things happen. I mean, it may work out best for the Mets. I mean, we don't know how this is going to play out. I mean, we may be talking next week going, oh, thank God they didn't play.
Yeah, Atlanta. I mean, it's giving Lindor more rest time.
Yeah, and they didn't face Sale during the week. Yeah. They may face him Monday, but they didn't face him, and they didn't have, potentially they could have had a really bad series. If they only played 2, they could have lost like that other game and then gone into Milwaukee being down. So maybe, just having that one game that was really horrendous. I think Greg has something tonight about.
Greg said Mets win tonight and Darvish beats D-backs tonight. That would be a great start to the weekend. That'll be for sure.
Well, you know what? I have an interesting take. Okay, because I am somebody who thinks about this and tries to go through every scenario. And the fact that the Padres lost last night to the Dodgers just puts another interesting mix into the equation, because actually the Padres could potentially lose all three to the Diamondbacks. The Braves could lose during the week. And then, we could be going in Monday and potentially having home field advantage for the first game on Tuesday. That is a possibility. It's a very remote possibility, and it would mean the Padres losing. It would also mean for us to actually root for the Diamondbacks is kind of crazy, because we can get, bid at the end and actually end up not making the playoffs in that scenario too. So it's just really wild to me. Have you looked at that at all? Because that's crazy, right? That's, for me, the best scenario is the Mets play at home. But how they get there, it's highly unlikely.
Yeah. There's so many possibilities. There's just crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that would take the Diamondbacks to sweep the Padres.
Hi, Margie.
Yeah, hey. So
yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
And then, the crazy thing too is this matchup of these, like the Braves playing Kansas City. Isn't that bizarre to you that they would finish playing the Royals, an American League team, at the end of the year? It's just so strange to me. And then the Royals having to win as well and having some skin in the game. So
I think that shows you how crazy the schedules are this season. And not only for us, all those crazy road trips. Yuki, we'll get to that. Yes, final push, no excuses, put up or shut up. But it's just, I don't know. I mean, the schedules have been crazy this week. I think that's part of it.
Well, I mean, we started with Milwaukee and we're ending with Milwaukee. And I remember saying at that time, I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to end the season with Milwaukee. I even thought about buying tickets to go to that game because my daughter lives in Wisconsin. So I thought, I could go to that game. As it turns out, I'm home. But it's just wild that this weekend, like all those games matter. I mean, who would have thought, right, in the beginning of the season that would be the case? Who would have thought in May?
Right? Oh, no, yeah. Mark said there are 15 American League teams, need 16 teams to even out the league. Huh. Interesting.
15 teams need 16 teams. Yeah, I mean, it's an unusual setup. And you know what? Speaking of teams, I just want to throw this out. I know we're focused on the Mets, but just want to say goodbye to the Oakland, baseball area.
The stadium is gone.
They're losing their team. And the poor fans. I was out there like 5 years ago. I was at Oakland Coliseum for an A's game, and I loved it, and I understand why they're leaving, but it's so terrible for the fans. And I think back to this is how the Mets were created, though, right? I mean, we lost our teams, and here we are. So,
yeah, it's definitely bittersweet, but they've been asking for that. They've been wanting the team kind of just needed that sort of. Yeah.
The owner needed to leave. Yeah. He didn't do right by the fans, but that's not, why we're here tonight. But I wanted to call that out because, it's part of baseball. It's part of how decisions affect the fans. And we're here, right? We're Mets fans because 2 teams left New York, right? So
yeah, Yuki said, I think the Mets will need help to make the playoffs. Yeah.
So I think there's a question about if we think the Mets are going to make the playoffs.
Well, that's the biggest question.
Yeah. Well, that's a great, I mean, really though, that's a great question because it's a confidence level, right? Confidence level. What do we really think? I mean, for me, obviously it's like Andreina, it's like a day by day thing. Like we talked about that, like don't look too far ahead. Just when.
Yeah.
And you know what? The best scenario, I guess, besides the fact that the Mets would play home, if that happened, that would be amazing. But the second best is obviously that they don't have to play Monday because they've already clinched, or even if they have to play Monday, it's, no skin in the game for them. They're already in it. So that's the best scenario. I mean, seriously, I don't want them to play Monday. That would be the best. And then of course, I think they're going to make the playoffs. I bought playoff tickets, so I think they're going to be there because I did a little investing.
I think that, I mean, from all the stuff I've heard, they're definitely not going to lose their spot this weekend. We're definitely gonna make it to Monday. How, what shape, nobody knows. But it's just a matter of waiting. And like I said, maybe that break is gonna end up being better for us too.
Yeah. So I have actually, like, the scenario. I wanted to kind of have it up, but there's so much, but I have, like, in a summary some of it. I'm just going to take a look at what I have on in front of me on the computer. Let's see. Okay,
You said he's helping the Mets by boycotting
dairy
Señor Cheese.
Yeah, that's right. Wait, we can't say that word because my dog's over here and he likes CHEESE.
Oh boy.
But yeah, at least they don't wear in Milwaukee for the Brewers. They don't wear those hats or the cheese hats. The annoying, like, Green Bay Packer fans. So that's funny though.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a scenario. I know you guys probably already know this, but I want to lay it out for those that don't. So the Mets are entering tonight tied with the Diamondbacks. Okay. Both of them one game up on the Braves. Okay. For that final 2 spots for the final National League wild card. The combination of 4 New York wins or Arizona losses over the weekend would clinch the Mets a playoff spot because they hold the regular season tiebreaker over the Diamondbacks. Let's see. So that's a possibility. Then the Diamondbacks could clinch a berth by Saturday if they win each of their next 2 games and the Braves lose both. Atlanta can't clinch until Sunday. That would only happen if it sweeps Kansas City this weekend and Arizona loses at least twice to San Diego. Are we all following this? It's complicated, right?
It is. Let me put the graphic. This is what Brenda's explaining. This is what Brenda's explaining.
I'm explaining that. So there are scenarios in which the NL field could be set by Sunday with only seeding left to play for on Monday. And if that's the case, to make to complicate things, Major League Baseball could actually say, we don't care about the seeding for the playoffs. We're scrapping Monday's game. And then I don't know how they would determine the seeding if that wasn't set already. So that would be interesting too, but that's up to the commissioner. So there's my brain in a nutshell, right? That's what it looks like. But
yeah,
it's crazy.
It's crazy. Like it's just really, I'd rather just think not of what could happen. I just rather think and focus and concentrate on, we just have to win. We just have to win. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, we just have to win. So that's my inner voice just telling me this.
We have to win. And I tell you, I want to pop the Rice Hopkins too. We got guy, going back to the first series when we had that, McNeil with the fighting over at second base,
Yeah.
the play. Remember?
Hoskins.
Yeah, Hopkins. So I think too, like we can say, hey, no, it doesn't matter for Milwaukee, but honestly, I think they're going to have some of their key players out. They got to keep them active and somehow.
Yeah, they're not going to have the main really good guys, so that's probably a good thing for us.
But they're going to have some good guys be playing,
yeah,
because
of course.
you can't have them rusty, right? So it's a question about at least forget the position players because they'll be playing, but the pitching staff, they're going to have to think about resting these guys, for the playoffs. So we're not going to get some of their better pitchers, which will be great.
Hopefully we can do some damage.
Yeah. So what did
okay, let me see. We got some comments.
I missed some of them. I got to put my glasses
Mark
on.
said Mets will get in at 90. 89, I still think could get in a three-way tie. Brewers batters got the second most walks in 2024. Mets pitchers give up second most walks.
Some things don't change from April, right?
Hopefully we can stop that bleeding, Yuki.
Yeah.
Let me see. Do you
think yeah.
Wait, Greg had a question. Who do you think we'll see pitch Saturday and Sunday? I mean, right now it's all TBD. So
yeah, I don't know. Peterson, maybe I was thinking. Quintana potentially. I think they're going with Mania. They're gonna say, listen, guys, we need this one. Let's get it in the books, and then let's
gonna go
make
with
a
Quintana.
decision after.
I'm gonna guess Quintana because he has playoff experience.
Well, you know what?
The Cardinals, and it's a veteran. I don't know. Maybe the pressure might be too much.
But let's say they clinch by, let's say, Sunday, they've made it to the playoffs, then we could do a relief pitch kind of game potentially. Well, I don't know, because we may be concerned about the seeding too, which might be a factor. I don't know.
Greg is asking if we think Chris Sale will pitch Saturday or Monday.
Well, that's going to depend on how the Braves do, right? They said, at least their manager said,
they might want to save him for us.
Well, the deal is that they're not going to pitch him until Monday unless they're facing elimination, which could really hurt Atlanta. So I think that they're cutting their nose off, spite their face, because when you just go for your best players, you're down one in making the playoffs right now. You have to win every single game. So to play this game, meaning like psychologically, okay, we're not going with Chris Sale, we're going to save him, I think it's ridiculous. That's my opinion.
Do or die.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's any things back here.
Mark said something. I can't see it though. I got to put my glasses.
Mark. Yes, if Mets win today and Diamondbacks lose, I would save Quintana and Mania for game 2. All card.
Yeah.
Yuki said, I vote all lefty weekend and the Mets all right-handed pitchers on Monday.
Yeah. Well, definitely there's an advantage to that. And I just need Mania. I mean, Mania's got to have a good outing too, right? And let's talk about what we saw on Tuesday, because I think it's really important, and to also talk about if we think there's any carryover from the fact that they played poorly on Tuesday. I know a lot of Met fans were livid, like, oh my gosh. Like,
I don't want to talk about that.
Well, they were just, I think it's important because we need a rebound, right? We can't have, that continuing defensive lapse, mental errors that happened on Tuesday. There was, we could just go through. First of all, Marte's not playing, so he missed the cutoff with the throw, and he's benched, and I think that's a result of it. Acuna didn't make a double play. He's not playing tonight. Lindor, of course, is back, so that's a big reason for it. Alvarez is playing, but his defense has been really spotty. He's been letting a lot of balls go by him, and then he messed up on that play running into Severino when Severino overthrew that ball. So he's a concern behind the plate. A lot of balls are getting past him, too. So those were plays. I'm not going to fault Nimmo for missing that ball in the outfield because, most of the time he makes it, those plays. But those are the things that can hurt you in a close game. And we have to just be so sharp and 100% ready. And then offensively, of course, that was all defense, but offensively, we got to show more than we did on Tuesday. The 1-run Vientos home run. So what was that comment? I missed that last one.
Darren said Mets might be affected by long layoff.
Well, we hope that Arizona is too. Not Arizona, then Atlanta is too.
Make the playoffs, then worry about who's pitching.
Yeah.
And then Greg has a question. Do you expect Lindor to transition back into the lineup easily? Hope his bat can get hot right away. What do you think, ladies, about Lindor? Can he pick up where he left off?
I'm gonna say yes. I think we've seen that happen before. We saw. I know it's different because it was a back injury this time compared to when he was physically sick and had to come back into a game and play the next day. He did really well. He bounced back. It was remarkable, right?
Yeah.
This is an injury, like a back injury, and I think that's something that we're unsure about. But I think for sure he's one who could fight through the pain and do well.
Yeah, and wasn't he like sick one time and he went up and
Yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah. He was
sick.
Yeah,
it was in the back. It was the stomach or something, a stomach bug.
Yeah.
He was throwing up and had diarrhea and he still Yeah, I was reading the comments. Mark said Martinez batted 2092 in August and has nosedived. Winker is 18 out of 184 in September since 2018. Hasn't hit in September since 2017.
Yeah, so I don't really look at those statistics because they were on different teams then too, and I love the chemistry of this particular team and the lineup and how that protects the batters. I think I like that Martinez is playing tonight. That's a controversial move by Mendoza to play him after he's been battling at the plate and in a terrible, terrible slump. But I think if we're going to win in the playoffs, after we make the playoffs, I think we need Martinez. So I'm glad he's in there. People said, "Oh, Acuna should play because he's the hot hand. He's the hot guy, right? He's the one hitting." But I think we need Acuna as a backup for Lindor in case Lindor goes out there and isn't 100%. So that's my take on that.
Yuki has a question. He says he's religious. So he's asking, who should we pray to? Oh my God, or to Grimm?
Wait, if you're religious in the Bible, there's something about not praying to like the what is it? Like a statue or a calf, golden calf, whatever. But I don't see Grimace in the Bible, so
no, I think you can just say, "Oh my God, Grimace," because you're mentioning God with "Oh my God, Grimace, oh my God, Grimace."
Yeah. You know, I have a story. I went to McDonald's. I brought my little doggy with me. I know he shouldn't be eating McDonald's, but he's going through a hard time. So I wanted to treat him to McDonald's. Maybe not the best choice. But anyway, I was asking for anything Grimace. Like, why in this New York metropolitan area, we can't go to a McDonald's and get like a Grimace toy or something Grimace related? Because I would have been carrying my little Grimace good luck charm, and I couldn't get anything.
They didn't want people to flood.
I don't
They
know
were going to run out of burgers before they.
I was very disappointed. I'll have to order something on Amazon.
So Darren said Lindor has not seen live pitching in more than a week. It would be great if he gets off to a good start, but maybe rusty.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's not too cautious. He just swings for the fences.
I just can't. I don't know. If Lindor is healthy, he'll do fine. If we start seeing like a different approach at the plate that we're used to, I think we might question, is he really healthy and should he be playing? So I'm going to be particularly focused on him for that first at bat when he leads off to just see, does he look like he's positioned at the plate well? Does
You're going to analyze his like stance and
everything. I'm going to check it out. And then I'm going to question, if I see anything unusual, I'm going to question why he's playing. I mean, the other thing too is you never want to see somebody play hurt and then do more damage as a result right before the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
I mean, of course, like, you know, we already had people say, just make the playoffs. That's the important thing. So we got to do whatever it takes to make it. So I get that. Yeah. So you don't wait.
No, and I think players most of the times play hurt. They something hurts and they kind of keep going, and it's only when they think it's like, okay, wait a minute, is when they get an MRI. But they're probably used to play with some sort of pain somewhere because it's such a physical game.
Yeah, I just think, like, you know, the one thing with Lindor being out, Acuna picking up for him really made it not. I mean, we all know Lindor's better in the field than Acuna, but Acuna did great hitting, and like you just sometimes wonder, well, it didn't hurt that much. Like maybe if he needed more rest, could we just rest him some more? I don't know. That's just my thought.
Well, we'll see, but he's probably, I think they're going to test him, and they probably have Acuna nearby tonight.
Yeah, I just see this Yuki saying that.
Yeah, I'm trying to read it. I heard Lindor has been dealing with a bad back the whole season. So yeah, he has been like holding it in.
Well, I'll tell you, I have my pet peeve here is that he didn't slide in second base, and that some other Met players have been a little lackadaisical going into second base when they should be sliding. And that's what kind of, I mean, if he was injured had back issues, it just exacerbated them. And then
maybe sliding would have been worse for him.
No, because No, did you see the play? Like where he
turned around.
Yeah, it was an awkward move on his part that
but
completely been avoided. You know.
No, I know, but if he has back problems, maybe sliding is also not great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's been playing great, so I have like no complaints about the fact that if he's been playing hurt and the way he's been playing, I'm like, okay, whatever, it doesn't even matter, you're doing great. It's just I think he's, you know, obviously to miss these games this last, you know, over a week, he must be really in pain because he doesn't miss games. So that's concerning. But if he's back tonight and looking great, and I've got him analyzed his stance and he looks normal, good to go. So what else we got out there? Anything else before? Let's have, like, we're going to end this pretty soon because, we got the Mets coming up. But
we have a comment from Darren here.
Yeah.
Mets will do fine if they get timely hitting, good pitching, and control Brewers' running game.
Yeah. Ugh. Well, that keep them off the bases, and then we're good.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I want to go into this, but if we do have runners on base, the pitchers they have to throw over to first base to try to somehow acknowledge that they're on first base. Because what was happening recently was that, especially with Severino, they were just like walking to these bases, and we can't have that happen because the Milwaukee will take advantage of it. And then they also have power.
So Yuki, I have a question for you. I was listening to it. This is unrelated, but I was listening to one of the podcasts that I listened to, and I think he mentioned you.
Oh, I don't. Oh, is it the Wardy one?
No.
It's a different one.
It was
There's a couple of Yukis.
Locked in Mets. Do you? Yeah, it was like something. I think he has a texting service or something. I don't know. He mentioned a Yuki. Was it you? Okay.
Oh, that's so cool.
I heard him talk. He said that Yuki said this and this and that, and I'm like,
all right,
that's our.
Are you Yuki? Are you on? Do you go to Wardy too? Is that one of your ones where? I'm on Wardy. Let's see. I'm on Wardy every now and then.
That said that Angels in their infield. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Good comment.
Yeah, I remember that. Wow.
Yeah. So.
And you brought it up to the Jingle Man too. He's like on all the shows. That's awesome. Well, it's awesome to have you here too.
I think when I'm on Wardy, I'm always saying, "Hi, Yuki," because I think I see you on there. I never know if it's the right Yuki, but if it is,
I think there's only one Yuki, I guess.
That's cool.
Greg said, as Boomer Ason said, one game, one inning, one batter, and one pitch at a time. Let's go Mets. That's right.
Yeah. So if we had a rate confidence level out there, what would from 1 to 10, confidence of the Mets making the postseason?
Hold on, I have a comment here from. Sorry, I got a comment from Emily. She said Nimmo stepped during the Philly series. Alonso still hasn't. Now is the time.
Stepped up. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Hey, who knows? Maybe Alonso's gonna do it this weekend. It's not too late.
That's what she's saying. Now is the time. Now or never. It's now or never. Yuki,
5-0.
Wow. 5-0 in the next 5 games.
So that's a confident level of 10.
Thank you, Tom.
Oh, Tom, have you been all this time being quiet, cooking dinner? Or getting ready to go out for a party?
Or eating dinner.
Yeah, this was surprise doing this Friday night.
Yeah, well, we really thank everybody for joining us on this impromptu podcast. And Tom has confidence on us. Thank you for your support, Tom.
Yeah.
Greg said 7.5 or 8, cautiously optimistic.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think I'm in there too.
He was watching TV and couldn't type. Okay. Emily said 7. Okay, that's a lucky 7.
Hey, that's good. It's above average.
Yeah, that's optimistic.
So I'm probably in the 7.58. What about you, Andreina?
I'm on like an 8 too.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? If I just want to throw this out here, and I know some of you out there will just ignore the other games, but if you're like me, you're going to be scoreboard watching. who are you like rooting for? Or who are you? I mean, it does matter, right? Of course, we're rooting for Kansas City, but Arizona and Padres, that could go either way.
Yeah, Emily said, going back to that comment, she said they bounced back and over the season, but I'm not sure with how Cole Martinez is and Alonso too. Outstanding performance. Oh, thank you, Darren. Thank you for.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Yeah, thanks.
The Padres and D-backs game starts at 10. Ooh.
Yeah, 10-10. We're gonna be wait. Oh, the DB. Yeah. So that's a late game. I've been kind of checking in on the late games, but maybe sometimes not staying up to the very, very end and getting the score later.
Greg, you're right. We're very lucky to be enjoying baseball in September.
I am so excited. I'm so stoked about this weekend. And there was a lot of negativity after Tuesday, and it's like, that's past. We just have to focus on this weekend, this game tonight. Like Greg said, or what like Boomer said, every pitch, every inning, just
win.
And one game at a time. Yep.
No more scenarios, please. That's my brain right now.
It's going to be nice tomorrow when, we have like a clearer picture, right? And even Sunday, it's going to be even better.
The clouds are going to disappear.
Yes, it would be like the hurricane, going off.
I can see clear.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's our song for Sunday.
Yes, Tom said will handle Frankie Montas. Well, that's it for today. Unless anybody has anything to say, I'm going to play the little very low.
To share, like, subscribe if you haven't. We appreciate your support. And
thank you. And let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets. Yeah.